This is a story about a man named John. John is your average everyday office worker. One day, John was working at his desk when he noticed that no one had turned up for work. After realizing this, he decided to consult his boss to ask what was going on. While on his way to his boss's office, he had the strange feeling as though somebody was watching him. But thinking nothing on the matter, he carried on. I said he carried on. Thank you. John was faced with a set of stairs and went up knowing that his boss's office would be at the top of them. Wait, no, not down, up. That's better. Now as John got to the top of the stairs, he turned left. What are you doing? You can't be in here.
John, run! Get out! Don't let him control you.
Sorry about that, John. Where were we? Let me see. Ah, yes, that's right. You were still on your way to your boss's office. No, John, that's the wrong way. What are you doing? Where are you going? John, can you hear me? Oh, don't pretend like you can't. I know you can, so turn back, and now go where you were supposed to. Look, John, everything would be easier if you just did what I said. You can't get out. You're stuck in here, so there's no point in even trying. Look, how about we just start over and forget this ever happened? If you really want to leave that much, you should have just said, look, I'll show you the way out. Now you're as free as a bird. Are you happy now? Oh, look what you've done now. All of that fuss and for what? You've only gone and got yourself killed. Oh well, best just restart like I wanted to. This is a story about a man named John. John is your average everyday office worker. One day, John was working at his desk when he noticed that no one had turned up for work. Once he realized this, he decided to go and see his boss and ask what on earth was happening. Hang on, what's going on? John, can you remember? You're not supposed to be able to remember. We restarted. You didn't think I would just let you leave, did you, John? Oh, no, no. Have you learnt nothing? You actually can't leave this place. There is no way to leave. You're stuck here forever. John, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Looking back, maybe I was a little bit harsh. How about we just take a break, have a cup of tea? How does that sound? Okay, John, you've now left me no choice. Now that I have you locked in this small room, let's take a moment to calm down, gather our thoughts. What are you doing, John? Come away from that window. It's too high. You simply won't survive. Now, wasn't that silly? Well, I guess we're going to have to restart once again. This is a story about a man named John. John is your average everyday worker. Hang on, you can still remember, can't you? Damn it, why isn't this working properly? This bit isn't even in the script. I'm not sure what to do now. Let's just put a pause on it for a moment, and I need to go speak to some people. I'll be right back. Right, it's all sorted now, John. Don't worry, we just need to restart again. Here we go. This is a story about a man named John. John is your average everyday office worker that apparently can't stick to a fucking script. I'm sorry, John, this is beginning to irritate me. I know it's not your fault, but you shouldn't be able to remember. How about we make a deal? You do my story, and then I'll let you go. How does that sound? Let's just skip the first bit. We all know what happens. Let's see, we've done that. Yeah, that's right. Ah, yes, you were about to go into your boss's office. So let's begin. John walked into his boss's office but found it empty. He looked around the office to try and find a note or something saying what was going on. He searched through all the desks and drawers. I'm not sure why that's there. Just put it back. Ignore it and we'll move on. Oh, John, think about what you're doing. Is this really how you want it to end? Oh, for God's sake, John. Now we have to start all over again. This is a story about... John, what are you running away from? Where are you going? You know there's no way out. No, John, not that way. Definitely not that way. Look, John, there's not a way out, and you know that. What are you looking for? John, just turn around. There's no need to go that way. Fine, go that way. I don't care. Goodbye, John.
John, you're reading this, so that's a good sign. Destroy everything. If you don't, they'll just keep doing this. If not to you, then to someone else. And you'll be stuck here forever.
Do you really think that I wouldn't have had a backup plan? Are you really that foolish? Do you really think that I would have just let you walk in here and ruin everything for me? Now that I've found out what was wrong with the system, I fixed it, so we can reboot and you won't remember anything. But I know you won't want to do that, so I've sent you a friend to try and help you. You see, John, there is no escaping this. One last time. This is a story about a man named John. John is your average everyday office worker. One day, John was working at his desk when he noticed that no one had turned up for work. And realizing this, he decided not to do anything about it, but just stay at his computer and work.